Dainis, the floor is yours, and the time starts now.
Hello, I'm representing Institute for Environmental Solutions from Latvia. I will start with some kind of short introduction about us. How we differ from other research institutions, we are privately established. It means we have quite a good connection with the industry. And we are a multidisciplinary team which combines not only scientists but also practitioners. Basically, we have both expertise in like technologies and also, as we call it, as in rubber boots, as you can see also from the video. And Earth observation is one of our core expertise. But when we're talking about like developing new solutions based on data, on Earth observation data, I think quite important aspect is understanding user needs. And not only user needs, but even more important to understand user motivation. That's why during this speech, I will just give you like 3 examples of our recent activities where we are working on. One is related to monitoring of mining sites, and in this case, we're collaborating with the State Environmental Service. Their motivation was to just start to understand like how satellite data can help improve their control service, basically. And because currently they're doing it manually, there are inspectors which are checking some kind of satellite data and so on, and also going on site visits and so on. And there is like limited amount of resource that they can allocate to this. And during this study, and this actually was like making this prototype, we were able to develop like approach which is automated, basically indicating areas of the changes which could be related to illegal activities. And what was quite interesting, we even like didn't expect it that it will come out with some kind of like immediate revenue and so on. But during the study, they were able to collect some kind of fees and taxes already due to the support of the data. And what we saw that it's quite strong argument later for them when we are talking about like continuation of this study and going into the next level as like providing service, that you already have some kind of revenue coming back. You're seeing that this data can help you make your work more effective and so on. And this solution is basically was based that you are automatically detecting changes and prioritizing them according to some kind of risk that there are some kind of illegal activities. Another case is related to lake monitoring, where we're collaborating with Latvian Environmental Geological Center, which is responsible authority for monitoring of lakes. And in this case, the problem was that there is limited amount allocated to the monitoring program, but when you look at the Water Framework Directive, you should monitor all lakes which are larger than 50 hectares, like 3 or 4 times per year. And it's just like impossible using the same amount of the budget. And what we came out just to start to explore how satellite data can help to fill this gap. And during this study, we're working on just to show another approach, not maybe like making some kind of revenue from this monitoring, but actually how you can fill the gaps in your monitoring programs, and so making it more efficient. And another example, which is not like really local, but more like global. In this case, we are cooperating with Preferred by Nature, with a certification agency, and they're interested in monitoring rice fields because they're providing this certification, and there is need for more effective auditing. Sorry, I'm running out of the time, but in this case, yes, we are helping them to make this auditing remotely and so on. And these are my contacts. I'm open for your questions.
Thank you, Dan. So, questions?
Are you using any AI in the work that you're doing on these images?
Yeah. Basically, it's usually we start with the simplest model, which works, and then going to more complicated and so on. But yes. Just for automatization of the process, you need to apply some kind of machine learning approaches.
Okay, so I have like a lot of questions for you.
Yeah.
So be prepared. First one. So you could actually detect mining activity so that there is like a collapse of the land or there's a small detect and you do that? Because you wrote... No? Okay.
We approach it more simpler. As I mentioned, the first step is to understanding what are like real user needs, but just basically looking at the cases and how these illegal activities appear. And for example, in case of Latvia, maybe you will wonder and so on, but when you look at like these cases of illegal mining, they appear usually somewhere like really close to some kind of real mining sites, but they are outside of the licensing areas. So basically, it is more simpler. You're just looking at some kind of proxies in nature and trying to understand this land cover change, which could be related. In this case, one of the strong relation where you can see that there is some kind of mining appears, that there is some kind of vegetation loss, and then specific land cover appears. Basically, this is the way how we target these like new areas.
Good, because we have been encountered that kind of illegal mining in other places in the world, and the thing with illegal activity is that they're getting always smarter and smarter and smarter. So I would suggest to you find other ways, because they'll get smarter, they'll hide their activity. They know that they interfere with the ground, and then they try to lower that. That is one thing. And the other thing is the quality of the water. So is this only for one type of quality or one type of algae, or do you have different kind of polluters of the water, and you can say what kind of pollution the water is or what kind of quality?
I would say that it's like realistically understanding what are the capabilities of remote sensing data, because what we should understand that it cannot replace standard monitoring, but it can be used as a let's say screening approach, basically just to fill the gaps. And this is what we state from the beginning, just not providing false expectations to the end user, basically. And in this case, we're just simply trying to fill the gaps with like understanding what is the chlorophyll concentration, which is very important factor to understand like what is ecological status in the lake. And the main benefit of the satellite-based approach is that you can get like insight like from every season, like almost like once a month, and you can see not only like what's happening here, but compare it with the trends, how it's progressing, also look at the past and so on.
All right. Thank you, Dainis. Round of applause to you. Thank you very much. Very proud of you.